Okay, let's see what's going on here. This is a scene that I need to learn from for obvious reasons. Um, I'm looking at the frames per second. Right now it's 60, 60, 60, 60. Randomly it'll shit itself. Right now it's 60. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let me slow down my camera, speed it up a little bit. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Here's a bunch of materials that I need to learn from, right? Let me get rid of the grid. Okay, so if I press G, then it goes into game mode. Game mode, and all these little sprite symbol things go away. If I bring up the content browser, let's see if I can find what I'm looking for easy. Content. Example content, megascans, surfaces, megascans, materials. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the first sample project that I started learning from. Let me dock this to layout. Okay, so the first sample project had a bunch of materials, but these materials are much better. Okay, so I'm looking at these materials and um, so yeah, like this is a crazy ass material. It's a 3D space being projected onto a plane, and what's everything going on here? So there's okay. So let me just show an example. If I take this piece of glass and move it, let me move it. Where do I want to put it? I'll put it on the ground. Okay. So this looks really cool. It's like kind of green tinted, and there's two different materials on this. One is for this, and then one is for the edges. Very cool. And let me put that back. And then if I go to this material, it looks very nice. Very nice glass. And then I go down here and I'm noticing that it looks totally different than the other materials. Um, there's like a bunch of uh, it's built differently than the materials that I was using before. So there's a physical material, PM glass, that's being fed into this in combination with M glass panels. And of course, we want to see how complicated this is. So let's see. If I double click that, yeah, nodes. So this is the nodes that is building that glass material. Not intimidating at all. No, of course not. But the great thing is I don't have to build this. This is built for me. So uh, detail normals, macro normals. It would be great if I understood that, but I'm not going to stress too much over it. Behind the glass, yeah, very, very complicated. Um, and then if you look at this, it's it's getting stuff fed into specular instead of metallic. That's so weird. Oh wait. Okay, so the specular is just is just zero point 0.5. Okay, okay. And then emissive color. So that's cool. There's a lot to learn from there. And then let's just take this concrete wall material. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff going on there, bunch of different maps. You could see the normal map is being fed from right here, controlled right here. And then if I double click this, what? That's weird. Parent. Okay, so there's something about materials being fed into each other. Uh, so this is the daddy concrete material. Surface material triplanar. Okay, so just getting a quick look at some nodes. Okay, this is not normal at all. Okay, so let's exit that and then back to this. Okay, so this makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so there's no physical material going into it. Uh, all these crazy parameters. No. Oh, I just exited something by accident. Let's see if I. Shucks. Details. Hey, got it back. Layer parameters. Hey, okay. Learning everything right now. Okay, so to understand how this material is being built, I guess it's just, um, let's see. Yeah, okay. So it's being controlled by its parent. I don't know if I just broke it or what. Oh, yeah. Did not like that. Okay, so what I did there by accident was now there's like gray lines. Let's see. Let's see what happens. So now there's gray lines, like a grid. Whoa. Going everywhere. That's crazy. So that means that pretty much everything is being made by this one fucking material. So this is controlling everything, basically. Okay, so I don't know what I fucked up. I must have changed something that added these lines. No idea what I did, but it somehow added these lines to this material. But that's interesting. Hold on. What the fuck? It's interesting though because what I learned from that is that the whole scene is basically um, being created from this one material. It created a grid everywhere, which is wild because it's like there's so much going on here. What is this? Okay, so yeah, there's a lot about this scene with these materials that's amazing to me. Um, the materials look great. I have to understand them completely. I could just reload the scene and then copy it so that I fix what I just messed up. But um, like this glass is amazing, and like if I come right here, you could see that this little power up thingy is being reflected on the glass, and it's being reflected on this. So that's really cool. And okay, glass, very cool. I like the tint. It's like green tinted glass, kind of. It's awesome. And then you could see this insane material being reflected on the ground, and there's like all sorts of stuff going on. So if I look at these materials, there's 43 materials, and it looks like there's a lot of material instances. So I guess that's like duplicated. This is really cool looking. Oh, holy shit! That is awesome. Whoa. There must be so much shit going on here. That is insane looking. Wow. Okay, so yeah, metal chroma. Let's see what's going on here. Woo! Oh god. I love when you open up nodes and it's like and it looks like this. Somebody did a great job here. Okay, so cool, cool, cool. Textures, and then there's not that many textures, which is like so cool because textures is what really kills the scene memory. So this is what I need to learn from this, how they're duplicating materials and using materials to drive each other to save memory and all that stuff. Because this is a pretty decently big environment. I'm mostly seeing 60 frames per second, but the one thing is when they. Oh, I love the reflections here. It's so nice. Okay, so one of the things is it's running slightly slower because I brought in a massive open world and put everything on it. So I okay, here's the level, and then here's the open world. Giant ass terrain covered in nanite models. Every inch of it. And this is procedurally generated depending on the terrain. So if I go over here, there's like puddles forming and cool water effects. And dirt around it. A lot of procedural shit going on here. Okay, so over here, lots of water. So you can tell that this is huge. And right now I'm at 60 frames per second. There's some stuttering. Like if it goes down to 20 frames per second. Like there, you could kind of see it stuttering. Like here, yeah. Okay, so lots of water. It's like swampland. I can change the color of the grass so that's green and not look like somebody took a piss all over it. And then okay, so then the rocks are forming because it thinks it's a mountain. And cool. Okay, so let's do a little experiment, see if my computer blows up. Okay. Lots of landscape layers. Okay, so I have the landscape selected now. So if I bring it down, what happens? This is gonna make my computer blow up. Alright, nothing's happening. Hold on. What if I take off nanite? Okay, now something's happening. Okay, so there's fog, so it's going into the fog. So let's see if I I want to see if it's changing. Okay, so if I lift it above the fog, I want to see if it uh, turns into snowy mountains. Okay, okay. So if I lift it above the land, then it all turns into snow. But then over here, there's like chunks of grassy snow. Okay, chunks of grassy snow, mountains, snow. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And then if I bring it down, it starts to change. And then you see water starting to come, dirt. Now there's only snow on the top of the mountain. And then you could see there's some other stuff going on. And then there's like bigger water. Okay, so that's interesting. If I the enable nanite thing, nanite is how instances are computed. So one of the things I wanted to try was um, like jumping out of here as the character, but that's getting a little bit ahead of myself. Right now, I just want to learn from these materials and see what I can do with that, and understand how they're consolidating for texture space, because there's not a lot of textures going into this. So it's very smart. And if you go into this little folder right here, it says physics materials, and there's only three different materials here: concrete and glass and character. So all the characters are using character. All concrete is using concrete. All glass is using glass. If I select a random piece of concrete, it says there's two elements on it. One is metal, so I guess that's this railing part, and one is the wall. So if I double click the wall, this is what I fucked up, because it has a grid on it, and then there's all this crazy stuff, maps, 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 and then the physical material PM concrete is being fed into it with this thingy that I fucked up. Okay, so, and then if I select this, what happens? It's not a normal material, it's just data. Friction, static friction, restitution, destructible damage threshold scale. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna delete the terrain. Okay, select the terrain. Okay, select the terrain. There's so many chunks, and it says it's streaming proxy. So can I just delete, 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 delete? Maybe if I go into landscape, manage, clear. Okay, so that's not working. Let's go back to selection. And I'm just going to delete all these proxies. Hey, that worked. Okay, cool. So now that'll fix my frames, my lag. And so now what I want to do is press play. I fucked up. Let me get rid of the content browser. Okay. Okay, so here's the game that I can fuck with, but it's crazy how I ruined everything by adding that grid. Now there's just grid everywhere. Everywhere. It's crazy. What did I do? Okay, so I wanted to. I should have started up the level without AI because I want to just look at stuff. See how the reflections are affecting environments. See how colors are bleeding into each other. The render quality. What happens if I kill myself? Ooh. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is the last thing that I wanted to look at. How this surface is just like a wall that's kind of just sticking there, and then they have an emissive material behind it, and it's actually lighting, and that's really cool. And this weird level designer put like a little crawl space under here that you can't crawl under. But anyway, I really like how there's the walls and lights behind it, and let's see what this glass looks like. Freaking beautiful. Tinted glass. Glass on the ground? Is that glass on the ground? I think it is. Yes. Ah! Come on. Okay. Glass looks great with the tint. Truly, truly great. And, the reflections look great. I wanted to find one more area with like lighting. Like a light on the platform. Alright, that's it for now.